judge you.
Yes.
Yeah, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome back, everyone from all around the world, including Canada, USA, areas of Long Island, plus the five boroughs of Brooklyn, the Bronx, Manhattan, Staten Island, and Queens. This is your host with the most, G Money Stacks, aka Lonely Nomad, aka The Gregonator, aka Rookie of New York, and you're listening to Off the Meatrack Chainz New York podcast, episode 18. Whoever thought I was gonna make it there without nobody?
Wow. 18. Okay. So you're officially legal. Your podcast is officially legal then, right?
Oh man.
Yes. You could vote. Your podcast could vote and it could buy cigarettes.
Yeah, of
And
course.
yeah. Awesome. Congrats.
Yeah, thanks. If you're new to the channel and you are a new listener and you miss any previously recorded episodes of this show, all you have to do is subscribe to the YouTube channel, which is G Money Stacks 555, for more video content of the previous recorded episodes. Also press the notification button to be notified on the upcoming episodes, previous recorded episodes, and of course, comment on the episodes, including the topics that's being discussed. And also, don't forget to subscribe. Actually, excuse me, don't forget to share the podcast along with audio streaming platforms with your friends. So, with that being said, you ready to start chatting all the jazz?
Yes, I'm ready. Chatting all the jazz. Okay.
Let me explain this to you since you're new here. This is my good friend Stephanie, aka DJ Notagami, of course. Of
Yes.
course, I'm going to get to the whole thing with International Women's Day and at the end of the show, so don't worry about that.
Mm-hmm.
So now I don't normally start with sad news of the story, but this is gonna be a crazy one. So according to First Coast News, about there's been some fatalities of 500,000 due to the COVID-19 disease, which stands for coronavirus disease, by the way, 2019. And it's also matched the amount being killed in World War II, Korea and
Wow.
Vietnam combined. The lives lost, as recorded by Johns Hopkins University, are about equal to the population of Kansas City, Missouri, and greater than that of Miami, Raleigh, North Carolina, or Omaha, Nebraska. And I'm not going to read all this because I want to explain the symptoms to how a lot of people don't really understand how serious this disease is. So COVID-19 affects different people in different ways. Most infected people will develop mild to moderate illness and recover without hospitalization. Most common symptoms include fever, dry cough, tiredness. Less common symptoms: aches and pains, sore throat, diarrhea. Oh shit. con, 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 I can't even pronounce this word right here.
Oh.
It's CONJUNCTIVITIS. Do you know how to pronounce it?
Conjunctitis? Who know? I don't know.
Yeah.
It sounds like it's something with itis at the end. Like, but it doesn't. It sounds not good. Like it sounds like you don't want that. Like that's.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And of course, there's the headache. There's loss of taste of smell, rash, on the skin or discoloration of the fingers and toes. Serious symptoms is difficulty breathing or shortness of breath, chest pain or pressure, loss of speech or movement, which kind of happened to my previous co-host who is contracted with that disease. His voice is messed up. He's not in good shape. Hopefully he'll be better. I don't know when, but 14 days sounds like a long time, which is 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Um. All right. All right. How you feel about it?
I feel well, yeah, I feel like
Like people are not taking it seriously. Like they act
yes.
like nothing happened. Like look at what's going on in Miami and California and whatnot.
Yeah, no, I agree. I know like Texas, they're opening up very fast. They're pretty much have a no mask policy. I know like I
Texas. I was gonna discuss that in a future episode too.
yeah, but like definitely in New York, as far as I could tell, there's been a definite change and definite shift in people's, in their attitude towards it. And there's a lot, people are more relaxed about it. I feel like there's a lot more people outside shopping, dining in. We are able to dine in now, and I feel like I saw too. Like high school is going to resume. It's like some students will be going back to high school.
Yeah.
So a lot of these things, I feel like I know we are in the second. I mean, a lot
I'm hoping we
of
don't.
the virus.
I'm hoping that we don't get a fourth wave of this disease because
Yeah,
I'm already scared of this disease as it is right now.
yeah. Well, I mean, I know I'm not necessarily, I have not been vaccinated, but I know many people who have, and they have a sense of like, they feel like a sense of security or like, okay, I'm vaccinated and I can go out and about. But still, I know like these are still the very early stages of the vaccination. These are still very early stages. So I feel like we should tread very carefully as much as we want to all like jump back out there and, go to the club. And I mean, I want to, we all have many plans, but I feel like, I mean, traveling, I know many people are starting to travel, but
Yeah.
definitely feel like there should be like, people should still be afraid because there's no telling, I'm sure like if like transmission rates like increase, we're going to close back right back up. So it's kind of going to be a never ending cycle. Um,
Yeah, but you can't really front that everybody's losing their jobs from left to right though, and it's getting very difficult for a lot of people to actually put food on the table, especially groceries and all that other stuff. Like it's like unemployment is rising like crazy, and I feel like if we end up being stuck in this slamdemic for a long time, people are gonna have a hard time panicking, and at the same time, it's like they don't even know when the next meal's gonna be.
yeah, there's definitely a sense of, I feel like, there was a sense of, tension. There was a lot of tension. I feel like definitely during the winter. In February, January, all restaurants were closed. I felt like a lot of people were getting very desperate, and I felt like there was like a lot in the news about people attacking other people and people like pushing
Yeah,
people on the train, and I felt like it was just like a sense of tension and fear, and people are like desperate, so like people are attacking others, like, so I feel like it was pretty scary for a little bit. I would admit for sure, like, you know it was pretty much a lot of people in like a situation. It could be anybody, and so I think that like we have to be mindful. But I know like as things are starting to reopen, there's hope. A lot of people are excited to get back to work. I feel like we're getting, for those who are fortunate, we're getting our tax refund, and we're
mm,
all waiting for that next stimulus check, and they already passed the stimulus bill like last Friday. So like we're already like have the green light to have the unemployment.
It's just
Like,
wait. It's just waiting for things to get settled as far as the
yeah,
it has to be signed first because it's got to go through the Senate and all that other stuff,
yeah.
which is kind of
We've been
crazy.
just patient. Everyone's been very patient about it, but we're all gonna get the money. We're all gonna get this money, and then I feel like there's a sense of responsibility, and we all need to do our part so that we could continue to like leave this pandemic behind and like move on. But everyone needs to be on the same page. You can't have people going on vacation or like
Yeah,
not getting tested and not like getting vaccinated or like just pretty much always like wearing masks constantly. Just we have to be consistent because that's the only way. We've been doing so well. I think with New York we've been doing really well. um
yeah.
Hopefully other states can follow that example, but yeah.
I mean, if you really want to get technical, I mean, um, I let me just say this. This I've been hearing from people in terms of the hesitancy of taking the vaccine and whatnot and everything because of this whole, and I actually explained this in a recent episode of episode 10 I did, which I'm not sure if you saw it, but I was breaking down the ingredients that's in it. And
Oh wow.
and the reason why I was doing that is because I was getting tired of this annoying conspiracy theories and stuff like that. So somebody had to do it, so it might as well be me.
Right. I feel this. I kind of feel the same way. I'm not ready to take the vaccine. Not that I can, but I'm just also a little bit weary about the side effects. And I know at least like
It's the ingredients that they put in
the
there.
ingredients, side effects, the symptoms, like what it could do to like, if your future offspring, like if that affects your DNA or genetics, if it, with a lot of this medication, like it's always like you always have some sort of symptoms or like side effects. It'll be treating one thing, but then it's like destroying your liver or like, or like
Yeah.
you're taking like any like depressants, but it can also lead you to be suicidal, like I recently, yeah, like recently I like was taking birth control and it was, not sitting well with me and it was starting
Oh
to like affect
boy.
me negatively. So these are things that have been like already been in the market and people have been using for years. So these are all medications that still somehow cause negative effects on people. So I feel like definitely be wary of this, all these new vaccines, because I know like vaccines, at least like the polio vaccine, like those all took like 10 years to perfect. It
Hmm.
took like 10 years of research and development and like
Yeah.
distribution and then like all of these different cases and like just all these studying cases and like it took them 10 years to get like a proper vaccine for that. And so we're
Hmm.
looking at the first of many different versions of this vaccine, and
Yeah,
I mean,
The Johnson and Johnson, which I'm gonna touch on that on in a future episode as well. Um,
yeah.
and it just seems to me that, whenever I hear about careless people who don't want to take responsibility for others, and including you know everybody around them as far as health and everything, it's like, okay, I get the fact that people, with the whole experiment thing that's going on and everything. But at the same time, it's not about, like I previously said, like I'm not saying this to freak anybody out or anything like that. It's about taking responsibility around other people. It's not just be on some some scary conspiracy theory type thing talking about people gonna be growing arms and growing arms and all that other stuff,
Right.
which is like
Yeah.
it's kind of crazy, and it's kind of like this is why I had to me and my other co-hosts had to debunk the conspiracy theory because
Yeah.
it was just getting annoying.
Yeah, it does get annoying because at a certain point, you know, you have the facts and in these conspiracies, and they're getting mixed up, and people, you know, you don't know what to believe in at a certain point. I've felt that. I feel like everyone has felt that at a certain point with like the with COVID. Like it's like first it's like airborne, and it's not airborne, and you need to wear masks, and you need to wear two masks, and you need to like, you know, you need to be 6 feet apart. You don't like, it's a lot of back and forth, and it's understandable because it's something we still are learning about every day, you know, every day. We're getting more and more knowledge, more insight. So it's going to be a like a learning process. But you definitely, it is exhausting, like all, information overload, and you don't even, and a lot of it is not even like accurate, or, you know, it's fake, you know? So yeah,
Mhm.
I felt that way before.
Yeah, I kind of get that too, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, but anyway, so recently, Dave Chappelle got his show back.
Yes. Yes.
And basically, for those of you who may not know what really happened and stuff like that, years ago, Dave Chappelle and his show was on previously Comedy Central,
Yeah.
and then fast forward to right now, he's on Netflix.
Yeah.
Now, previously, the show was on Netflix, but he didn't get paid for it,
He did. And yeah.
and it's like I kind of get why he didn't want people to watch it because of the fact that you know he's not getting paid, and that wasn't even fair. That wasn't fair to him.
Yeah. 100%. I would feel a certain type of way too, you know, like I'd be like, why am I the exception? You know, like, why don't I deserve to get any kind of, you know, payment or royalties, or, you know, or any kind of credit? Like, what is that? Like, it's crazy to think that it's, I don't know, like for them to not even think that there's something wrong with that means they're just normalized the fact that they're constantly just taking advantage of, like, you know, black talent. And it's always been like that, and it's like it's been like that forever. I mean, it happened with Comedy Central, you know, that's why he
Yeah,
left. And then for him to still be like, what, 20 years later, having accomplished so much. I feel like, what did he win? He won like the Pulitzer. He won something. He won like a very prestigious award in comedy, and like basically, like, even after that, they still feel like,
mm.
oh, we don't need to pay him. We don't need to compensate him for his work. Like, and but we can still, you know,
But
air it.
he's the creator of the show, and for me, when I hear stories like this, especially if a person that doesn't get paid for what they created and what they started and everything, and they try to have him start over by rebooting and stuff like that. No, why reboot it when it's already good as it is?
Right. Are they rebooting it? I don't know. Are they? No.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Nah.
I'm sure he doesn't want to do that. Like, he's probably going trying to
He's
do other.
been relevant for years.
Yeah, he doesn't need to reboot it. Like, there's no need for him to do that, you know? But yeah, like him rebooting it would be just him, just like, I don't know. Why would
Redoing his jokes.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, I've rightfully so. I would have been the same way too. Like, if somebody was like, if I was playing a show with other people and they're getting paid, and then they're telling me I'm not getting paid, I'm obviously gonna pull my act. You know, I'm not gonna perform in that case. Like, you know, and I feel like with a lot of talented people, that are people of color, like women, you know, women,
Mhm.
um, we're always like having to bend over backwards. Like, I think I read like somewhere where like Taraji P Henson, she worked on the movie. She was in Benjamin Button, and they paid her like
Yeah.
They paid her a measly like 40K for her role when everyone else was making like over 5 million, 10 million. And just like
Ooh.
the fact that like that was even allowed. And you know, she kind of was like she kind of didn't have a choice in the matter. And she was like she had to like, you know, she had to take a loss, and that was it's unfortunate. And so we got to change that. I feel like we got to demand, we got to ask, we got to speak up, and we got to be like Dave Chappelle and be like, nah, pull my show. Like, no, we're not doing this. Like, this is not happening.
A
You
pay
know?
cut is kind of crazy when you really think about it, though.
And the pay cut is understandable when you're starting off in your career, but for it to continue to happen to Dave Chappelle after he's been in comedy for like
Yeah,
over
he's been
half,
relevant for
he's been in
years.
comedy since he was like 16, 18. Like he's like, yeah, at that point, at that level, like you shouldn't even like that should not happen. So I'm happy
Yeah.
it's back.
Hmm.
It is back on. I was watching it the other day. Um, and yeah, I mean, we need more of that. People need to be held up accountable and like put on the spot, you know, and asked to correct things that you know that perhaps were overlooked, you know. But yeah, Dave Chappelle.
I think the reason why a lot of people are a little afraid to ask for more money is because they don't want to feel like they're being greedy. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, we've all been there, you know, even like job interviews, you know, we never know how much to ask, you know, it's all it's a job market. So same thing with like the entertainment industry or any industry. There's a sort of like there's no transparency in like the wage or like, you know, what your percentage is. So we're constantly just kind of like having to it's like it's a mind game. It's a total mind game, but
A
yeah.
mind fuck.
Yeah, it's a mind fuck. It's a mind game. It is.
Oh man,
Yeah.
that's crazy to me, man.
I know, but he is getting paid now, right? Yeah.
Yeah, he
Okay.
is, man.
He better. Like that stuff is like,
Yeah, that's just mind blowing, man.
yeah. So they
Yeah,
just wait. So they just like happened to like this his 2 seasons of the Chappelle show. They just happened to get it, and they were just like, "Oh, we're just gonna put it on without his permission." Like I don't even know how that happened.
it
Like,
just seems like they did it without his input, which is kind of crazy to me.
how do you just like
That's
what
crazy to me.
have you been able to just use somebody else's work? You know,
Yo, it's just ridiculous to me. Um,
the audacity, like of that, just the audacity. They're like, "Oh, they're not gonna mind."
yeah,
I'd be so mad.
yeah, yeah, that's crazy. Um, I want before we even get into the International Women's Day and stuff like that, I want to get your take on this whole Plies thing. I don't know if you heard my recent episode
Yeah,
when we previously talked about how he gave a funeral for his gold teeth. You know, I was like, yo,
I didn't
what?
know that. I didn't hear that, but
I
that's cool.
was like, so apparently it was for his 43rd birthday and whatnot. And I just find it so weird for a grown ass man who's been wearing gold teeth in all his music videos all these years and everything. I just find it so weird to be having a funeral for gold teeth, which
That
like
seems so unnecessary.
oh shit.
Yeah, that just seems very unnecessary. Like very like um ostentatious, like just trying to show off, like just flexing for like I'm just like, really? Like
Like
this is how
bragging
we've
rights.
decided to like to flex. This is how we've decided. This is how we're flexing. Okay.
Yeah, it sounds like bragging rights to me though, man.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like. It's like it's like it's like it's like rappers who would actually, flex for the gram, taking pictures of the amount of money that they have in their hand and everything, which is so fucking ridiculous to me. And this is why people get an easy target to be killed and shit, man.
Mhm. Yeah, that's how you have, like, these young rappers, they're, like, over here walking around with hundreds of dollars, thousands of dollars in their pocket,
Oh
chains and everything. I've heard it's happened so many times where they've gotten robbed or, like, they've gotten killed.
my
They've gotten killed over it.
Yeah, no, I noticed. I'm like, when are these people gonna learn?
I
Like bragging in people's faces based on the amount of money you have, which is probably something that
You
that
don't want
should
everybody knowing, obviously. You don't want them to
yeah.
know. Yeah.
Yeah, it's almost like winning the lottery and you having millions of dollars and everything, but then you don't want nobody to know about that shit anyway. So you rather be, keep a low profile. That's what it
Mhm.
is.
Mhm.
That's what I would do.
I would too. I would be like, I'd be like, I'm gonna be not telling nobody. I'll only tell my accountant. That's it. My accountant, and I'm not even gonna tell. I wouldn't even tell my family. I wouldn't even tell my family. I wouldn't tell. I would. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. In other Plies news, there's a tweet that he said about black black businesses and stuff. And it goes something like this, and I want to get your take on this.
Yes.
Stop wanting me to spend my money with you and shop with you just cause you black. Make me want to spend money with you cause you got a good product, good customer service, and a good price point. Because if that's bad, I don't want it no matter what color you is.
Oh wow. Wow.
I guess what he's trying to say is like to most of the people, like you can't force people to buy your stuff if the quality of the product is not good. I mean, that's what I took from it. What do you think?
I feel like I do feel that way. I initially, when I read the tweet, I felt that way. I was like, no, he's right. You know, as a consumer, da 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 da. I totally understood where he was coming from. But that's from like a capitalist mentality, a capitalist mindset of like me, like, because I feel like it shouldn't be it like it should be more about making black businesses a priority
Yeah,
and in order to help them start building a stronger community to generate others to also prosper and like make their own businesses. And I feel like for some reason, like that was just like not that he just doesn't see it like that way, like that it goes beyond that. Like it goes really like supporting black businesses is not just it goes on beyond like different levels of it, of just it being of just the product, it's more to it. And so I feel like he totally overlooked that. And I feel like on top of like the various obstacles that black businesses already have and owners have to overcome, is like to like getting the support of their own people shouldn't be one of them, and somehow it is. Somehow that's another obstacle that black businesses have to overcome, is just getting their own people to support them. And I think that's not, I feel like there should be, people should kind of readdress that, understand why do they feel, why does he feel that way, why is he so anti it. I think that he just has such an arrogant tone about it because he's rich, and I feel like he's just negatively using his platform to like
mm,
indoctrinate black people, to bring black people down. Why are you using your platform to do that? Like why would you tweet that? Like that's such a negative thing. Like only negativity would come from a tweet like that, And I feel like instead of using his Twitter and his platform to promote, more black businesses and to help generate better black communities, to help them, make strive and like have even more, of an opportunity. He's just over here like chiming in nonsense. And I feel like it's just, I don't know. I would unfollow him. I wouldn't really support him. How about you? How about, you know what? How about you come up with better tweets? How about you come up with better music? Like, why am I even here listening to you? I can have the same attitude that he's having about black businesses. How about you tweet better shit? How about you tweet better, more enlightening, better, more uplifting
She's going
content?
in.
Like, seriously, you over here pointing the finger like, oh, why don't you start? How about you set an example? And and I feel like another thing, like with black businesses, like a lot of businesses, not even just black businesses, but a lot of businesses, when you start off, you sometimes you can't afford the best quality things. Sometimes
Yeah.
you're on a budget, so you're just starting off. But because you're starting out, doesn't mean that you don't deserve to have a business. It doesn't mean that you don't deserve to be your own, business, your own boss. And I mean,
Yeah.
like you should, like that should be something that you should also take into consideration. Is like,
Mm.
it's a journey. So like a lot of them, they start off with not the best stuff, but then eventually they get to that level because there is the support and because people believe in them and they believe in their product. So I feel like just because they don't have the best stuff doesn't mean that they don't deserve to run their business. And I mean, like at that
Mhm.
point, he might as well just say he doesn't support black businesses. Like, at this point, he should just say that. Like, he doesn't need to be over here trying to point the finger. But yeah, that's kind of how I felt after, yeah, after all of that. So yeah, I'm like unfollowing him.
and,
Like, no.
and I kind of get how there's some people in black businesses and stuff like that that try to throw things in your face and everything, and next thing you know they have the knockoff shit that's not even good quality whatsoever and everything. And it takes time. It takes time to be making money though. You're not gonna get millions of dollars
Mm-mm.
in one shot deal.
Yeah,
Just
no.
like you, just like YouTubers. Just like YouTubers, they're not making millions of dollars overnight. That shit takes
No,
time
it
though.
takes a long time. You got to get your views. It's a lot. It's a lot of time and energy. You know, we don't all
Kind
just,
of like what I'm doing right now.
yes, a lot of, yeah. Yeah, you're doing, when you're doing everything yourself, it's harder,
Yeah.
everything takes much longer. So he should be so blessed that he has a team and he has, a manager or whoever is helping him run. He should hire someone to run his social media though, because he sucks at it. But I feel like, yeah, like,
Yeah, I don't know about all that though, man. It's already crazy enough that somebody's already running Joe Biden's Twitter account.
are they? Is that a thing? He's not even doing it. I mean, I don't see him as the type anyway. I don't see him as the type anyway to, no.
Yeah. Speaking of a team,
Yeah.
Nick Cannon reunites with Viacom in terms of the Wild 'N Out show. Now, when I heard about this and I read this on Complex, which I have right now and everything, but but even though Nick Cannon doesn't have the rights to the show and everything, which is kind of belongs to Viacom, which is the corporation and stuff like that. I feel like it's it's probably I don't know if that's really a good idea to just go back to Viacom and everything, even though he apologized to the Jewish community and stuff like that. But at the same time, he did speak his mind on certain things on his Cannon's Class podcast and everything. And I kind of feel like it like taking a taking back something that you previously had, along with Carlos Miller, Chico Bean, and DC Young Fly, they were the amount of loyalty that they had for Nick Cannon all these years. It just wouldn't be a good idea.
What wouldn't be a good idea? Like,
to go back to Viacom for wilding
um,
out.
I mean, I feel like he wanted that, and I feel like I've I feel like maybe that's not the best. Like, I guess for his career, you mean, like to be kind of like backtracking and like kind of begging for his job back? Is that what you're saying? Like,
Yeah, I don't think it's a good idea because he's already hosting the Masked Singer, which is coming on Wednesday, season 5 on Fox 5.
yeah,
So it wouldn't really make any sense to be going back to Viacom
right,
and
yeah.
all that other stuff and everything.
I
And
feel
plus
like
he has a radio show in California. I'm wondering how he be keeping up with all this stuff that he's doing though.
I know.
It's like it's like the
Well,
guy's
he
more
has people working
he's
for
more
him. Like, definitely, he has a team like in helping him out with all these projects. But I feel like me personally, the only reason I think that it would be like it is a bad idea for him to go back and work with Viacom again to do Well and Out is like I feel like they already have like such a their
like
relationship is already kind of weird. Like it's already awkward. So I don't know.
yeah,
Like
it'd be like a slap in the face to Chico Bean, Carlos Miller, and DC Young Fly that's been
yeah,
loyal to him
I
for
feel like
years.
it's jeopardizing other relationships other business,
Yeah, friendships.
other friendships, other like entertainment relationships he has
Yeah.
jeopardizing those. And then it's also kind of like not worth it because I feel like they already fired you. So there's like you coming like if let's say like any job you get fired and then like they take you back. Like when you go back to that job, it's mad awkward. Like it's so like at that point, I'd rather just get a different job or get a new job. Like I wouldn't want to be in that work environment. I would rather just go our separate ways. So that's how I feel about it. So yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine like yeah, it's just awkward.
Yeah. I hate it, man.
Nick
But
Cannon. Oh, Nick Cannon. He'll figure it out. But
yeah.
I was reading that he's been working for Viacom like for he's 40 right now. He's been working for Viacom and making content and all these shows since like 98. So
Yeah.
they have a very long relationship, successful relationship. I feel like I feel like in a
Yeah.
way, like they definitely I mean, to be like because what did he say? What was he saying? He was basically what was his comment? It was anti-Semitic, correct? Like
Yeah.
he was talking
To the Jewish
to the
community.
Jewish community. Um and
But
it's like
but he was speaking his mind when when he did the interview to I forget his name though.
Abdullah, I forgot. Yeah, yeah. He was it was I don't remember, but yeah, I
Mhm.
feel like he made amends, but yeah, he just needs to he just needs I guess needs to just be a little more sensitive. I know he was speaking his mind, but it gets really like when you start talking about religion and politics, everyone already knows that that's you got to definitely, you know, speak before you think. And I think that's what happened. In that moment, he was just like talking, you know, he was like on his radio show or podcast, you know, it wasn't,
Yeah.
maybe it was just something that just like occurred to him, a thought, and then he just said it. And then I'm sure after he said it, he was like, oh, fuck, why did I say that? You know, like, damn, you know, but it happens all the time. And it's happened to me, like, you know, and I'm sure
Really?
well, like when you say you just kind of like are speaking and you just kind of say something, you're like, wow, I didn't really think that through. Like I should really think it completely through before I, you know, say what I
Oh
gotta say.
boy.
But yeah, everyone's human. I'm glad he got his show back though. I'm glad.
Yeah, but the only downside is that he doesn't own the rights to Wildin' Out though.
Okay, yeah.
That's the
Right.
only downside.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess in like the big picture, I mean, he should just focus on the stuff that he does own the rights to be honest.
Yeah,
I would do that. I would
because
be like,
everybody remembers him from the Nickelodeon days.
mm-hmm. Oh, definitely.
And,
Yeah.
and speaking of the Nickelodeon days, you know what today's special day is?
Nickelodeon days?
No,
Wait, wait,
no.
wait, what'd you say? Like speaking of Nickelodeon days, what is today?
Do you know what today's special day is?
Today, yeah, today's a very special day. It's
It's International Women's
Women's
Day.
Day. Yes. It's International Women's Day.
Now, as a person that
Woo!
now as a person that became a DJ this year and everything, and I watched you on Instagram Live and nobody else did, so I did watch you and
Yeah,
everything.
yes.
So
I
so
appreciate you. Thank you so much. I definitely
yeah.
appreciate the
So as a person who is a DJ right now, what does International Women's Day mean to you as a DJ that's into music?
as a DJ. As a DJ and as a producer, International Women's Day to me means I try to. For me, it's important because I feel we're super underrepresented in the music industry. I read a statistic that there's like about like 5% women producers in the industry, and
Mm,
and then like even a smaller percentage of women DJs in the industry. And so for me, I think it's important that I continue doing what I do, not only because I love it, it's a form of self-expression and it's escape from capitalism and escape from like, like yes, this like the
yeah,
world that we currently exist in, and it should be a
yeah,
form of therapy and all of that. But I feel like I do it more to encourage other younger women to pursue, music production and pursue DJing and pursue music in general and art. And I feel like it's important because it's intimidating. We have a lot of women singers. We have a
yeah,
lot of women. We have a lot of those, and not to take away anything from that. They're all amazing. We have such a crazy range of singers and
yeah,
performers. I just feel like a lot of the time women are like pigeonholed or like cornered into just being a singer, into
yeah.
just
Like
being in a
being
box.
boxed in.
Yeah, you're being boxed in. Oh, just be a singer. Oh, you sing nice. Just do that. Just do that. And I feel like there's a lot of women that feel boxed in, and they're like, no, I don't want to just be a singer. I also want to write music. I also want to learn guitar. I also want to DJ. I also want to make my own music and produce. So I feel like I do it for those women, and I feel like
Mm,
uh, I do it. I do it, and I tell people that I do it. I'm really proud that I do it. It's hard work. It's a lot of it's a whole nother beast. But
mm,
I always tell and I always advocate for it because
mhm.
I don't want women to feel intimidated that they can't do music production or they
Yeah.
can't DJ. It's a man's world. Or like, I want women to see
James
me.
Brown.
Yeah, it's not a man's world. It's a woman's world. Exactly. It's not a man's world. It's a woman's world.
Oh
And when we're
man.
around, there's magic. And it's a woman's world. You guys are just here. And so
Yeah.
we need to like reclaim this. And I feel like there should be more collaboration with women. Right now I'm currently working with two amazing female artists.
Mm.
Working with Banksy. I'm um
Who's
I don't
that?
Banksy, she's a up and coming artist. She does singing and modeling. I think I forget where she's from originally. She's not from New York, but I'm working with her. And I'm working with another fellow producer, Geraldina's. And so we
Mm,
had a little session, I think like 2 nights ago, and it went really well. And
yeah.
it was just really amazing. It was just really good. It always feels good to work with other women in music, and it feels amazing to create with them. And just we were just jamming, and we made a few beats, and we did our thing,
Yeah.
and it was really empowering. I felt really happy that we were able to have that moment, and we were able to be there for each other in that way, and encourage each other. I learned a lot from that. I learned so much, and I hope they did too. I'm always trying to share my knowledge about music and production, and
Yeah.
My process making music, my process DJing. I'm always trying to like give this information, especially to women. You know, I have I have a good friend of mine too. She's getting into DJing, and you know,
Mm.
I'm always encouraging them, and I'm just also giving them like any tips that I wish I knew. You know, because it's hard. You know, it's hard as a
Yeah.
woman to want to do DJ, to want to produce. You're intimidated to ask. You don't want to sound like, you know, like, why are you even doing this? You don't want that. So I feel like I always tell like
Yeah.
anybody, like, please, like, rely on me, come to me, you know, I'm like a source of knowledge, like whatever I know, you know. And like, you know, I just want more women to collaborate with. So that's what it means to me. Like, definitely it's exciting. I
Yeah.
feel like there has been more of more like everybody's, I feel like women, at least in this realm, are starting to band together, and you know, we're able to, we're taking over. I mean, we've already have, so it's just a matter
Yeah.
of continuing and
Yeah.
you know, doing that and influencing like future generations, you know.
Yeah. I hear.
Yeah.
Before I even get to learning how did you get the nickname Notagami, I want to explain to the people, for those of you who may not know, that's listening and watching on the YouTube enclaves out there. International Women's Day is a global day celebrating the social, economic, cultural, and political achievements of women. The day also marks a call to action for accelerating gender parity. Significant activity is witnessed worldwide as groups come together to celebrate women's achievements or rally for women's equality. Marked annually on March 8th, which is today,
Yes.
International Women's Day is one of the most important days of the year to celebrate women's achievements, raise awareness about women's equality, lobby for accelerated gender parity, fundraise for female focused charities, and of course, there's a theme to International Women's Day. The campaign theme for International Women's Day 2021 is Choose to Challenge. What?
What is it?
They created a challenge. They created a challenge called Choose to Challenge.
Choose to challenge? Is that the challenge?
Yeah, yeah. I'm like, what the hell?
I guess it's open to interpretation. Like, we're just like,
There's always a challenge to every single thing thanks to TikTok. And then,
I know.
and
Very
don't even
true.
and I was just about to do in a future episode. I'm about to do this, the whole fucking idiot that put gorilla glue in her hair and everything, and some
Oh
guy
my.
and some guy put gorilla glue on his lips and put a cup on his lips. Yo, that's why I was like, and then the whole gorilla glue challenge shit. I was like, oh gosh.
Wait, there was a challenge? That's
The
not a good
gorilla
one.
glue
Why are we doing that?
challenge. I
That's a
was like, yo, these people are dumb. So you got Black Coffee and McGilla Gorilla Glue idiots who decide to do some shit like that. It's like, why? Like, who are you trying to please? You ain't pleasing me. Oh man.
wow. So wait, so what was it? It was challenge to challenge? What
It
do you
was it was hashtag choose to challenge,
choose to challenge?
which
Okay.
I'm not sure what that
Choose to
means.
challenge. Choose to challenge. So I guess I would my interpretation of that would be like choose to challenge yourself in things that are outside of your comfort zone. Um,
Yeah.
or maybe it could also mean like you could choose to challenge yourself, or you could choose to, you know, be kind and, you know, not everything needs to be a challenge, you know, even though it is, but, you know, we got to remind ourselves that, you know, it's like,
Oh man.
I don't know.
Oh
That's a weird one though. It's kind of very open ended. Like, I don't really even know. Like,
Yeah, that's why I don't. That's why I don't understand TikTok and Clubhouse nowadays.
I recently just got into Clubhouse and it is kind of an
What is the
adjustment.
hype? What is the hype behind it? Because I've been listening to grassroots podcasts on Spotify for the past couple of weeks, and one of the hosts was talking about Clubhouse, and I was trying to really understand, like, what's the hype behind it? Like, what's the story behind it?
Right. I from what I understand, I've used it a handful of times. From my understanding, it's just like a live conversation that you're having with multiple people in a chat room and you guys are all discussing a something. Like it could be a panel about anything. It could be about
Random,
like
random strangers.
yeah, and so sometimes you have the
Shit.
sometimes certain people like in the industry will join the conversation. So I have a friend, her name is Tanya. Shout out to Tanya. She told me she told me she was in a Clubhouse like chat room with who was it? With like I forgot what rapper it was, but she was in a Clubhouse with like a rapper and like it was she was like talking to him and like they were like going back and forth and so like I feel like it
Oh
just gives you an
boy.
opportunity to have access to all types of people and I think it's cool. I think it's a lot of people are actually really gravitating towards it. But
The-
it's kind of like a podcast you can't re-listen to. So if you have to catch it, otherwise if you don't catch it, you can never like you missed it. Like it's you're never going to be able
Yo,
to participate in that chat again. So I think it's more it's kind of it's like a little bit of like of fear of missing out. Like you're like, oh, I don't want to miss out on this, Clubhouse
yeah,
chat.
yeah, 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 yeah. That's
But
true.
you have multiple you have people across the world and I think it's an awesome platform for networking, definitely. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah.
The reason why I'm not into TikTok and Clubhouse and stuff like that is because there's always going to be a downside to certain things, especially bullying, which I'm not really cool with right now.
Which one?
Huh?
You're not cool with what?
I'm not cool with the bullying that's going on online in these social media apps and stuff, including TikTok and stuff.
Oh, there will always be it. I mean, that will always exist in
Like, what's the purpose of creating a social media platform of an app if there's going to be bullying going on? Like to me, it's just a disservice. It's like a slap in the face.
yeah.
Like like it's crazy to me. Like
Well, I feel like I feel like people who create the apps for like social media apps, they're not creating it with the purpose of bullying people. It's
no,
just the people, the users. It's a
there's
user.
always gonna be random people that's gonna be,
Yeah,
bullying people, especially the trollzillas and the flizzies. In other
yeah.
words, the flizzies means internet thugs,
Oh,
by
I
the
didn't
way.
know that. Flizzies. That's a new one. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna use that. Flizzies.
Oh
Flizzies.
man, so I didn't know there was colors to International Women's Day. So let's just
I didn't know either.
yeah. So the colors goes like this for International Women's Day. Purple, green, and white are the colors of International Women's Day. Purple signifies justice and dignity. Green sim-
Purple.
green symbolizes hope. White white represents purity. A controversial concept. The colors originated from Women's Social and Political Union in the UK in 1908.
Okay, no wonder.
It's crazy.
They need to update that. Have they updated that? Because that just seems so
Now who could
problematic. All of those, like the white for purity, like that is so problematic. Why?
oh man.
Why? Why would we do that? Why would we set our? Why would they set themselves up to be like? I don't even know, but that's definitely needs to be corrected. Wait for purity. Everything about that is wrong. Like, why does white have to signify pure or good? Always. That's always been a thing. Like why that whole like why is white good? And then another thing, and then and not even that, but then like the purity part and how it correlates with International Women's Day. We're not I'm not pure. Like I don't know, and if you're a woman, you're not pure. Like if you're a girl, okay, you're pure for 100% sure. I'm sure you're pure to a certain age, you know. But I don't know no woman that is pure. So, and I don't know any woman that wants to be called pure even. Like I don't know any like progressive, woke women, like educated women. I don't know any women, and I know many of them, and a lot of them are very close friends I know for a long time. I don't know any of them that would be down to be called pure. Like no one's like over here like hashtag pure. Like nobody's
hashtag pure.
no,
Oh,
no, we're not. We don't want to be perceived that way because that's completely everything we're striving to work towards against, and so I think that those colors. I love purple. Like my room is purple, as you can see, it has a purple
I can
kind
see
of vibe
the lights,
to it.
the night light in the background,
and then the oh no, this is a little DJ light. Where is my controller? I have a little controller too. It's supposed to be moving, but it's just here. That's got it. Like it's a little
Oh man.
I don't know.
So as far as who could support International Women's Day is not country. It's not a country group, no organization specific, no one government, NGO, charity, corporation, academic institution, women's network, or media hub is solely responsible for International Women's Day. The day belongs to all groups collectively everywhere. Gloria Steinem, which I'm not sure who she is, world-renowned feminist. What the hell is I keep seeing the word feminist so many times. What the fuck is a feminist? Like, do you have to be a woman to be a feminist?
No, you don't. That's a common misconception. You don't. You do not need to be a woman to be a feminist. Not at all.
Oh, man.
Do you support women? Do you support women? Like, are you a supporter of women
in their dreams or what they want to do?
Yeah, like in general, do you support women? Like, are you for women? Like, are you not like, no, we got to take women down? Like, are you for women? Like, you're like, I want women to do good. I want women to, like, if you're a supporter of women, then you're a feminist. You're someone who, is there and is. That's basically what that means, essentially. And I mean, we can get our hands dirty and get really into it. That's the basis of it. Of it. If you support women, then you're a feminist, and then that's you don't need to be a guy or girl, or a he or she, whatever your pronoun is. I read somebody I saw in somebody's story. They were like, I think they're trans, but they're like, I'm not a man and I'm not a woman. So I don't identify with this day, but they're like,
that's a sticky situation.
But their message was like, I don't celebrate this day, but I do recognize the struggles of women and how far they have come. And he's like, I want to celebrate that, and I'm a supporter of that because they've led the way. Because I feel like women's rights have led the way for other initiatives, So I feel like definitely, yeah. And I thought that was something great. Like to have to read from somebody, who's non-binary. And so, yeah, that was,
I never really understood what the whole non-binary issue is because it's like, I don't know too many people that are basically trans from the LGBTQ community. I don't really have all the answers, so I can't really speak on that. So so I'm just gonna like be on the low key side, so I don't get no backlash.
Well, so just so you have an idea, like just so you know what non-binary means. Non-binary means that it's a spectrum of gender identity that isn't neither masculine or feminine. So it's not any one of those. It's somewhere in the middle, or it's a mixture of the both. So they don't necessarily identify with just male or female. They think that there are more to that. There's more to that. It's not just, it doesn't just end at male and female. So that's all that means.
Yeah.
Is that their identities are kind of like a go against what the male and female roles are. And that's all that means.
Yeah. So Gloria Steinem, who is not only a feminist and she's also a journalist and activist who once explained the story of women's struggle for equality belongs to no single feminist, nor to any one organization, but to the collective efforts of all who care about human rights. So make International Women's Day your day and do what you can to truly make a positive difference for women. How you feel about this quote?
I agree with her. How do you feel about the quote? Like, because as a man, I'm curious. Like, what do you relate? Can you relate?
I mean, in a sense, yeah. Even though I'm not a female, even though I'm not a female, but I kind of get what she's talking about here.
Yeah.
Cause it's kind of hard. Like for me, it's very hard for me to relate to every single situation that a woman goes through, whether it's like bad hair days and everything. Just the other day, the other day I was on my homegirl's Instagram live, because she's a singer. Her name's Leanna Banks. She got neon green hair and everything, and
Ooh.
basically, um so basically, she was talking about some idiot who basically said that her hair is not that serious or whatever. I'm thinking it has to be a fucking vanilla white chocolate Kit Kat idiot that said that to her. And
Yeah.
I'm thinking like I was like, yo, it had to be a white vanilla chocolate Kit Kat that said that shit, man. I wish a motherfucker would say that shit about me being urban and all that other shit.
And that's the shit we have to deal with. Like, we constantly have to deal with like people giving us their input
Like, what does
on like.
urban mean? Like, that's what I'm having a hard time with.
No, but I'm saying, I'm like, that's kind of like we're constantly having to deal with their feedback, and it's bullshit. Like, I didn't ask you for your opinion. Like,
Oh my gosh, man, this is crazy. That's crazy. I felt bad for Leanna though, man, because some idiot actually said that to her. If I was in the same position as her and someone said something to me like that and shit, yo, you're gonna get a knuckle sandwich extra raw across your face.
yeah, I know. Knuckle sandwich.
Oh man.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, same. What did she say? She didn't say anything, right? Did she see it? Did she see the comment?
No. What happened was, I guess I don't really know the details, but I guess it had to do with the fact that she went to the beauty hair polish salon to get her hair done and everything, and then she was basically pissed because her hair was so poofy. Um, has that ever happened to you when you go to a beauty hair parlor and then the person supposedly thought that they did a good job, but then you find out that your hair is so poofy? Like what does that mean? Like
Um, I think that I've had experiences where my hair, I went to a salon and I did not like it. And yeah, it sucks because you still have to pay them and you still have to tip them and
and they
like,
getting mad expensive, just like barbershops too.
yeah, it's never, it's always more than $100 at least to just get any as a woman, get your hair, any of it done. Like, for some reason it just always ends up being so expensive. So yeah, but
Yeah, it's
Norco
crazy
sandwich.
though, man.
Yes.
But nah, so how did you feel about the episode? Did I do all right?
Yeah. Did we talk about everything?
um, let me see. Let me see if I didn't leave anything out. I think we pretty much covered everything.
Okay, perfect. All right. Let me see. Okay. I
So,
think that like, yeah. I guess I'll just end with some of my like what I got going on, I guess. So I am
oh, I forgot something. I know for everybody that's listening and watching right now, they're probably curious to know how did you get the nickname Noragami? Because every time I see the profile picture, it's like a Pokemon,
yeah, it's Pikachu.
Pokemon cartoon. Like,
Yeah. I love that picture. It's Pikachu with like baby hairs. So I thought it was on point
oh man,
with my brand.
oh
No,
that's what that is.
yeah, it has like baby hairs. If you look at it, it's Notagami. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It's a I'm like that's my name, right? Yeah.
So
Underscore at
yeah.
Gmail.
So what does the nickname mean to you? And what's so unique about it?
My name. It took so long to come up with my name. I have it on my shirt too. It took a very long time. I was really stuck on the name for actually like I would say I was stuck on coming up with a name for like 2-3 years. I
Mm.
used to have an old moniker I used to go by, and it was Sad Girl.
Yeah, I
Exactly.
remember that.
So I had that for a long time. I had that for like over 5 years, and like I got to a point where like I was like, I need something new because I'm not sad. Even though I am, I mean, it's a normal, natural feeling, but I was like, I'm not a girl. And I was like, I don't want to have that in my name anymore. I'm like, I'm a woman.
Yeah.
I came up with that moniker when I was like young, when I was really young. So you mature and you just feel like, it's not a fair representation of who I am today, currently. So the people who do know me as Sad Girl, they're my day ones, shout out to all of my day one fans and my day one babies. But it took me a long time to come up with Gami. So last year, I was just trying to brainstorm because I was ready to release music, and I was holding back on releasing music because I couldn't come up with an artist name that I liked. So I
Mm.
was just kind of holding back on releasing music or
Yeah.
pursuing anything like music or DJing or stuff, or like it was just because I didn't have a name and I just wanted something that really would entail everything that I was going for. So basically it occurred to me one day, but I was just kind of like thinking about things I like. And so I love anime. And there's
Mm.
like I have a few. I'm on like a Cowboy Bebop for sure fan. I like is like number one. But one of the another one I really love and enjoy is Tokyo Ghoul. And
Ooh.
so I kind of like gory ones. So I saw an anime, and I'm sure a lot of you anime heads know, but
Mm.
it's called Noragami. So I was
Oh yeah.
inspired by this anime, Noragami. I really liked it. I liked the story, love the artwork. I've rewatched it and whatnot. And so like I definitely was inspired by it. And basically Gami means in Japanese God.
Mm-hmm.
And Nora in the anime means like a ghoul or basically a ghoul. So I decided to kind of like flip it around, and instead of like Nora, I was gonna go with Nota, and Nota is Spanish is a Spanish word that means note, like as in a music note. So
Oh
basically, that's
man.
kind of where the inspiration came from. And so I just took the name of this anime that I really loved, and I just replaced the letter, the R with
Yeah.
the T, and then it became like once I had it in paper and I looked at it, I already knew instantly that that's what I wanted my name to be. And I wanted it to be like 2 syllables, like Notagami. I didn't want it to be like a mouthful. I had like a list of different names I was brainstorming, and like, I don't know, like it literally occurred to me because I was just like, trying to come up with something like kind of clever, something like people wouldn't. Obviously, you want something original, and so at a certain point, like I have a list of it still. I have a bunch of. If anyone needs ideas, I have them, but for artist names. But basically, notagami means note god. Like, and then the note could be interpreted in many different ways. So, like music note, I usually say first. And then and like note in Spanish, there's like it's kind of slang for like high. So in a sentence, you would be like, "Oh, esto me puso de otra nota," or like estoy de otra nota, and that usually means like, "Oh, I'm feeling like extra lit," or I'm feeling wavy, or I feel like I feel nice. So I felt like it was also like kind of like a vibe god. It kind of basically, yeah, it kind of pretty much translate to like vibe god or music note god or note god. So I just like the way it sounded and yeah, and what it represented for me and then I went for it. I was like at that point I didn't have anything else holding me back from releasing music. I think that for me that was the hardest part, was coming up with the name. But so basically it's like music note or a state of a person's high when it's at its peak, and then Gami is God. So yeah. So yeah, it was kind of where that came from. I know it's like a very like long explanation, but there's
it's
like
all right. It's
a
all right though.
backstory. Yeah, it's like that's
Yeah,
my
it's all right though.
that was my process. But yeah, I currently have coming up. I'm gonna start like a residency at this amazing restaurant bar in Astoria. It's off of the 36th Avenue train stop on the N line in Astoria. They're called Chano's Cantina, and I'm actually going to start DJing their brunches. So I'm going to be there Saturdays and Sundays. Their brunch starts at 12, and I'll be there till 4. I'll be there DJing their brunch. Their food is amazing. Their drinks are on point. It's always such a good vibe in there. They've been open during the whole pandemic. So I like, if you're out and you're looking for a cool brunch spot with bomb food and bomb margaritas, they have all types of crazy frozen margaritas. They have all types of like insane drinks, like and their food, their tacos are so on point. Honestly, if you're looking for a cool brunch spot, go there. And definitely encourage. It's called Chano's Cantina. And yeah, as of this week, I'm going to start DJing there. So you come in, have food, you're in good music, good vibes, good drinks, good people. The weather's getting nicer, so I'm definitely excited. This is like the first week, and then I think in 2 weeks we're going to be filming like a little like teaser video for the brunch and try to make it something really special. But yeah, they're small business. They're a restaurant, and like they've been doing their thing throughout the whole pandemic. Like they've been doing like the outdoor dining. They've been doing everything. They've been doing everything they can to survive. And like, I'm really happy that they're still here. And they're still like making people smile. And I went to have dinner. I went there to have lunch today, and it was great. And so I'm really excited. So I have that coming up. And then also before that, on Thursday, I'm going to be, I'm a guest DJ for a really amazing, talented DJ and very close friend of mine, Bawe. He is going to be we're going to be on Twitch. It's going to be streamed on Twitch. If you follow the Deep Groove, I think it's, let me see. I'm going to just quickly pull it up, but I think it's like TD Groove. If you search that in Twitch, you'll be able to find it. But yeah, I'll be guest DJing there with him, and that's Thursday, and that starts at 8 to 11, so that'll be really fun. Definitely check it out. It'll be on my stuff. It'll be in my Instagram. Definitely want to repost it. Definitely repost and share. And then I'm also, while all of that is happening, I'm like working on a EP. Oh, not an EP. I'm working on a mixtape, and so I will get to my EP eventually, but this is my first baby, so I want it. It's like 5 tracks. It's a mixtape. It's self-produced. I'm making all the music. I'm making all the beats. I'm doing all the vocals. I'm basically doing it all myself. So it's like a passion project of mine. I'm really excited to get it out.
Yeah.
And it's coming soon. I think it's gonna be released in April, so that'll mark a whole year that I've been making music and making DJing as Notagami. So I'm like really excited
Yeah.
because it's kind of like a 1 year like milestone of like releasing my first song, and like now I'm like releasing my first mixtape. So it's cool. So I'm really excited to share it. It's like kind of like moody trap
Mm-hmm.
reggaeton, but yeah, definitely look forward to releasing that, and it'll be out really soon for everybody. It'll be on all streaming services.
Yeah.
And you can find me on Spotify, Apple Music, SoundCloud, all of that good stuff. But yeah,
Yeah.
so that's what I have going on.
Yeah. That's a lot that you're juggling right now,
I
though.
guess I feel like
But
I sometimes feel
it's
like I
like
don't
that's
do enough.
I mean, that's what happens when people are like, multi-talented. Like they can't stick to one thing. I mean, there's nothing wrong with being multi-talented. I mean, it's nothing wrong with that. It's like
Yeah,
it's not you can't really put all your eggs in one basket though, especially if you're a multi-talented artist and stuff like that.
it is. Yeah, you have to you're constantly creating, and it's like a machine, we're constantly pumping out new material, and like you definitely, it's important to check in on yourself and give yourself time and rest.
Yeah,
If
self-care is
Yeah,
important,
self-care.
especially when it comes to
If
mental health.
if 100%, if you're doing something, if you're making music or you're DJing and it's becoming stressful, then you need to like take a break from it, walk away and come back to it. And you just need to
Yeah,
be honest with yourself, because I know like I have sometimes like timelines and deadlines, and I'm like I need to get this stuff done, but it's and it's sometimes you just need to be
you
honest
need
with
time to
yourself.
regroup.
Yes, 100%, you need the time to regroup. So I definitely have been learning that these past few months. I've been like working on several different projects,
Yeah.
and so yeah, it's been a learning lesson, but I definitely always remind other artists, young artists, to check in on themselves, and yeah, and always reach out, and you're not alone.
Yeah.
We're all in here doing our creative thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey man. Now for those that before we even go to the last segment of the episode, for those of you for everybody that's listening and everything that you just mentioned the restaurant in Astoria, Queens that has like bomb food and all that. If they want to check it out and everything, like what type of foods do they got over there so they could actually get a better idea?
It's Mexican food, so it's like they have tacos,
I'm not Mexican though. That's the crazy
quesadillas.
part.
You should still eat Mexican food though. I'm sure you don't like tacos. Are you into tacos?
I had a taco before, but you know what's crazy though?
Okay.
Somebody told so I had a homegirl of mine who told me about empanadas and enchiladas, which I never even had before though.
Okay. And yeah, it gets a
And
little
then
confusing. It can. There's
yeah,
a lot of I'm not Mexican either. People think I'm Mexican. I'm Ecuadorian. Like
yeah, because of the last name.
I'm half, yeah, I guess so. Not even sure, but I feel like yeah, there's Mexican food. There's a lot. There's so much to it, and I have not gotten the chance to experience it all. But definitely, if they have like burrito bowls too. If you're like, I'm sure you've had like
Ooh,
Chipotle. It's like they have these really dope burrito
um,
bowls, so you could have that. And they have like all types of drinks, like
yeah.
yeah. So you'll be good. You'll be good. You'll find something you like there. They have guac and chips. Like they have like all of that good stuff. They also have like entrees, like rice and beans, and like you know
Yeah.
skirt steak, and so they do it up. Definitely, they have really good food. But yeah,
Uh,
come through. I'll be there. I'll be there.
yeah.
You'll see me.
Someone asked me because I was listening to Corey from All Time Struggle podcast, and
Mhm.
one of the hosts was talking about chopped cheese. So it got me
Mm,
really thinking, like,
yum.
because the way he explained it, it's not really chopped. It's not really chopped up, but it's like a hamburger with cheese and stuff like that. I never understood. I never really understood why they call it chopped cheese if it's not cut in half. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's kind of weird to me though.
No, it's not cheese because they chop everything. No, it's basically like a burger patty that it's like ground beef with cheese, and they just chop it up, and that's why it gets that name. But it's so good. It's
But I don't be all the years of me living in New York, and I don't be knowing where to get that shit at though. I don't know which bodega to go to, and I'm not
you
even
do they
I'm
because
not
the
even
thing is,
Dominican.
I'm not gonna lie, they don't advertise it. They don't be advertising it on the menu. But if you order it, they'll know how to make it. I swear to you, try it. Go to the next time you go to your bodega or deli, just be like, "Yo, let me get a chopped cheese," and they'll probably make it for you. Because
But which one though? I'm in Queens though.
yeah, no, they
Not
got
too
them in
far from
Queens.
Jamaica Avenue.
No, they got it. They got it. I'm sure. You know, well, we gotta. I think we should. We should definitely like. We got to do something about that. Then I feel like yeah, I kind of sometimes feel like there aren't enough places, but there are. They're out there. They're out there.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
our last segment of this episode is called TV show checkouts. It's a segment where we get to recommend interesting TV shows out there for everyone out there for them to watch. Like for example, for all you DC comics out there, The Flash premiered season 7 actually. Now, now for now if you haven't seen The Flash, I suggest you start from 1 through 6 before you watch season 7. And here's the synopsis. After a particle accelerator causes a freak storm, CSI investigator Barry Allen is struck by lightning and falls into a coma. Months later, he's awakened with the power of super speed, granting him the ability to move through Central City like an unseen guardian angel. Though initially excited by his newfound powers, Barry is shocked to discover he is not the only metahuman who was created in the wake of the accelerator explosion, and not everyone is using their new powers for good. Barry partners with Star Labs and decides dedicated his dedicated dedicates his life to protect the innocent. For now, only a few close friends and associates know that Barry is literally the fastest man alive, but it won't be long before the world learns what Barry Allen has become, the Flash. Um, so here's some cast members: Grant Gustin, Daniel Panabaker, Carlos Valdez, Tom Cavanaugh, of course, Candice Patton, Keenan Lonsdale, Jesse L. Martin, Rick Corset, and you know the rest. So I'm not even gonna read all of that. So y'all can look up the whole cast for yourselves and everything. So
Have you seen this show?
I've been watching The Flash for years, man.
Oh, so you're
Like
definitely like, okay, got you. So
yeah,
I wasn't sure. I was like, oh, like, are you? But
yeah,
that's your show recommendation.
pretty much. Well,
Okay.
what about you?
Me, I have been watching a lot. I just started rewatching the Parkers a lot. So
Oh
hey,
my
if you
god.
want to watch it, that's definitely check out the Parkers. I swear to God, Nikki.
That's the spin-off to Molesia, by the way.
Yes, it's so good. Nikki and Kim, like they're such an amazing. I like I wasn't really watching it when I was younger, but now it's just so great. It's great. But besides that, I will say like a show that is current that I am watching that just came back,
Mm-hmm.
and I've yet to watch it actually. I might do that right after this. Is Snowfall. I don't know if you watched Snowfall, but or heard
Yeah,
about it.
I heard about it. I heard
So
about it.
I'm caught up, but there's a new season. But I definitely recommend it. It's a great show. A lot other it already has a huge fan base. But yeah,
I actually told a previous in a previous episode, I actually told one of the co-hosts that's under the weather and everything,
yeah,
that that there's this woman on Extra who goes by the name of Rachel Lindsay, and she's on a podcast with Van Lathan, and she thought snowfall came from Alaska. I was like, yo, where you gonna find cocaine in Alaska alongside with fucking cocaine and everything in Alaska? It is so cold. Like I was like, wow.
Wow, why did she? Poor. I hope she. I mean,
The show don't take place in no Alaska. As I saying that the show takes place in Antarctica.
I honestly, people like you'd be surprised even at that level of fame or like broadcast. Like people are still not the smartest, but it's okay. It just sucks that it like
it's funny that you said that.
that at that level, like they're still. Oh no.
Oh man. Oh my gosh. Oh man. So for now, that's gonna do it for the show right here.
Yes, yes. This was good.
So you can follow the podcast on Facebook and Instagram, which is Off the Meatrack Chainz NY Podcast, which is the same name as it is on Instagram. Now, where you can listen to the show and view this, you ask? You can listen to all the episodes on Podorama. And then you have Anchor, which, by the way, I want to explain what Anchor is about for those since you're new here. So basically, Anchor is a hosting site and phone app where you can actually, record, edit, monetize, add music intros, music outros, uploading episodes with unlimited storages of your podcast right from your phones, computers, laptops, and tablets. And of course, you can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything that you need to make a podcast. So there's no need for you to be wasting your money on a hosting site to be limited with storages and stuff like that. It just doesn't make any sense right there. So like I said, if you have a dream of being a podcaster like myself, and along with our guest co-host right here, Noah got me right here. All you have to do is go download Anchor. In order for you to get started, go download the Anchor app and along with Anchor.fm for you to get started. So like I always say, don't let anybody ruin your dreams of what you can and can't do, because you don't got time for clown burgers. You know what I do with clown burgers? I eat them up.
That's right. Oh yeah. Clown burgers?
Yeah.
Damn.
Those are basically, actually, metaphorically speaking, it's like a bunch of idiots, man, who are basically the Trollzillas of the world, of course. But now, like I said, you can listen to the show and episodes on Podorama, Anchor, Spotify, Audio Burst, Deezer, TuneIn plus Alexa, Player FM, Podchaser, Stitcher, Pocket Cast, Podcast Addict, Breaker, Listen Notes, and also don't forget that the show Off the Meatrack Chainz New York podcast is on Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, and iHeartRadio. And alongside with the last stream, the YouTube. All you gotta do is subscribe to the YouTube channel, G Money Stacks 555, so you can find more video content of previous recorded episodes, Of course, of course, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment on the episodes, including the topics that we discussed. And also for audio streaming platforms, don't forget to subscribe, rate, comment, like, follow, download, listen, share share the podcast with alongside with the limit audio streaming platforms with your friends, of course. The same that goes with of course YouTube as well.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So the reason I'm saying click on the notifications so you can be notified on upcoming live stream episodes, especially when the podcast goes on the air, including previous recorded episodes being posted. Comment your thoughts on the episodes, share the show and stream platforms with your friends, and of course, word of mouth is a major key. And of course, where can people find you on your social media handles, Miss Notagami?
Yes. Yes, please. So on IG, it's Notagami underscore. Someone already had Notagami, so whatever.
I
But
got it in the. I got
I
it in the. I put it in the description of the episode.
underscore,
So.
yeah. So there's that. And then okay, and then other so my music, you can find it on SoundCloud. So yeah, Notagami, and same thing with Spotify, Apple, Deezer. There's a bunch of other streaming sites that my music's on, as well as YouTube. And yeah, and then you can find me on Twitch as well. I'm actually gonna do a little. I'm gonna do a little stream right now after this. So if you want to, you guys can join me. I'm gonna be twitch.tv/Notagami.
Yeah.
That one is not underscore. I think you could just find me with the Notagami. But yeah, I'm gonna be doing a little short DJ set in honor of Women's Day. So definitely check it out.
International Women's Day.
International Women's Day. So it's
Yeah.
Notagami underscore. If you guys definitely want to check it out, check it out
Yeah.
just now. I'm gonna go live now. But yeah, you guys can find me there.
So,
And then you already know this Thursday I'll be guest DJing with Pawe on the TD Groove Twitch channel. So that's
yeah.
Thursday 8 to 11. And then you can find me also DJing this weekend at Chano's Cantina in Astoria for their brunch Saturday and Sunday. So yeah, that's where you guys can get more of Notagami, and yeah, I want to see you guys.
Yeah. Like I said previously, you could follow the podcast on Facebook and Instagram alongside with my primary Instagram handle, which is G Money Stacks 555 in Queens, New York, alongside with Off the Meatrack Chainz NY podcast on Facebook and Instagram. And also, if you like to make a donation, there's a link. There's a link that's gonna say Linktree/G Money Stacks 555, and it's gonna have a section that says support the podcast by making a donation. And it's gonna take you to an area where it's gonna ask for debit cards and whatnot. Now we're not asking you to break the bank to make us happy and everything. It's all about what you can afford. I know times is tough, along with the slamdemic, of course.
Yeah.
Damn you, slamdemic coronavirus from Wuhan, China, by the way.
Like, I just want to put that out there. Like,
I'm sorry, but this is the reason why we're losing a lot of people every day from fucking east to west and north to south. Like,
well, it could have been basic. No, that's not why we're losing a lot of people, because this was mishandled. That's why. So nothing against China, or no hate against Asian Americans. None of that. No, we're not doing that here. We're not here for that. But no, it was mismanaged. I know we all know who's we know who's responsible, but yeah.
Yeah, but it's really man-made though. But anyway, it's man-made though, man. You can't escape that. But nah,
Oh, and like, yes, we mean you need an episode on that. If not,
yeah,
if you already had it, then you need to listen to it. I'm interested.
yeah, before I even wrap up the show, there's one thing I want to ask you and stuff like that. I know you have your appointment tomorrow and stuff like that. I was wondering if you would like, after you recover, would you like to be a a co-host regular for my podcast?
Yeah, we could do something. Yeah, I would. Yeah, I would love to. We can definitely do something. Maybe we could come up with a segment, or I'd be thrilled to definitely in some capacity. Yeah, this was fun.
Yeah,
Yeah,
cause
let me
I
know.
cause I am afraid to do the show by myself and everything. Cause I'll bomb because y-
I get it.
I'll bomb on the microphone and everything. And let me tell you something. For all you people who say they have to have tough skin and confidence, you can have the tough skin and confidence all you want, but at the end of the day, you're gonna run into some difficult challenges alongside with being thrown off by blindside torpedoes. What I mean by blindside torpedoes is unexpected surprises that you're not going to be prepared for.
Oh yeah, 100%. This is very true, but that's part of the fun. It's part of the the process. I know it can be very chaotic, but I enjoy it.
Yeah,
I enjoy the chaos.
and and as the saying goes, I mean, it's all about being you, having fun with the podcast, and
Yeah.
the goal of this podcast is to actually inform, inspire, motivate, and make sure you be you, and also laughter is the best medicine at the end of the day, because we need laughter, because we can't be angry 24/7, because it's not good for our mental health. I care about my mental health. I'm pretty sure everybody out there, including you, care about your mental health as
I'm a
well.
hundred. I'm a you. All my friends know. I talk about it a lot. I like definitely have made
Mean what? Apparently, there's some technical difficulties, but with that being said, I like to say thank you to everybody who tuned into off the re-
I lost my internet.
Yeah, I was like, what happened here, man?
I know. I know. I was like, no. Okay, but I'm back. All right. Yes.
Yeah,
Before my internet gives out on me again, but
yeah,
yes, definitely strong advocate of self care. And yeah, this was fun. We should definitely let's plan another one.
yeah.
And
We
yeah, let's do it.
got another one coming up this Saturday.
Okay. Yeah. I'll be DJing, but I'll definitely keep me posted, and maybe we could do something in the upcoming week or so. Definitely, I'm down for that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And thank you so much for being a co-host with me on
of
this
course.
podcast.
You're welcome.
I really appreciate that, because it's all about having moral support.
It
Without moral
is.
s- without moral support, it's like buying a car without no spark plug and no and no car
No
battery.
battery, yeah, no seats, no no gas, no brake pedal, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes,
So
I totally understand where you're coming from. It's hard. It's hard, but it's good. Always ask, it's important to also reach out and stuff. So thank you for reaching out and inviting me on the show. I'm really happy. I've been wanting to do something like this for some time. So this was definitely a fun experience.
yeah, of
Um,
course.
And
Of
I look forward
course.
to the next one. Yeah, let's make it happen real soon.
Yeah, most definitely this Saturday coming up though. Most definitely. Um, so with that being said, I like to say thank you to everyone out there who is listening and watching on the YouTube enclaves out there. So we got the YouTube channel, we got like 2000 over 2,300 something views so far.
What? That's awesome. Okay, cool. I
Like
can't
that's
wait.
crazy though, man.
Congratulations. That's great. I'm happy for you. Yes.
Yeah.
Let's keep it
I'm
going.
only a rookie right now.
You're doing great.
That's why I call myself the rookie in New York because I don't have everything figured out.
No, no, you're fine. You're doing great. You just gotta keep it going. And you just gotta you're committed, so you got this.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you're committed to your DJing and everything and also being part of the podcast with me as part of the
Yeah.
team. And I'm like, this is going to be fun and interesting. So stay tuned. So
Yes.
with that being said, thank you for tuning in and listening and watching. And
Yes. Thank you guys. Thank you for having me.
and she's DJ Notagami, aka I'm not even gonna mention the government name. So that's DJ Notagami. I'm G Money Stacks. Thank you all for watching, tuning in, and being there throughout this journey of this podcast. We got more to come, so stick around. So peace and one love.
Bye. Mwah. Good night.